Alright guys, what's going on? It's Shram here and welcome back to another video I got for you guys today. Today I have a different video than my normal rebuild. So this is going to be a rebuild, but you guys can probably tell from the title that it is not a normal team. I've assembled my ultimate team in this franchise mode, obviously, and I'm pretty sure I got all the players that are at least starting, or at least mean something on my ultimate team. Like, all the players on my item binder, I did not put all of those guys onto my team because that would be ridiculous. But like, we got Derek Carr, we got Tavon Austin at running back because he's my backup running back actually. So that means for the first season I'm going to start CJ Prosise. I'm not going to follow that rule for everything, but I mean, because then I would have to have Antonio Brown as like my 5th string receiver because that's what he plays on my ultimate team. But I just want CJ Prosise to start. I'm not just starting him because he is actually my starting running back in ultimate team. I just think in case he wins you know, offensive rookie of the year, I'm just going to start him because he can get a lot of experience. But the thing with this is that I have a whole lot of wide receivers that are all good. Because I have Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, Jordan Matthews, Devontae Parker, Michael Thomas. I don't think I forgot anybody. Oh, Braxton Miller. I think Braxton Miller is still one of my wide receivers, but Cameron Brate is actually considered to be better than Braxton Miller. But I do have Braxton Miller on the squad. I think I do. Let me make sure quickly, though. I want to make sure he's starting wide receiver before Cameron Brate is. Do I really not have... I swore I have Braxton Miller. There's no way I cut him. Okay, well, I mean, maybe I don't have Braxton Miller. That's a bit lame. But anyway, we have everybody else. Braxton Miller doesn't really matter all that much because he really would not have gotten much playing time. Honestly, I'm probably going to trade Devontae Parker and Michael Thomas. Actually, no, Jordan Matthews. I'm starting Michael Thomas over Jordan Matthews for sure. Just because Michael Thomas is a rookie and Jordan Matthews obviously is not a rookie. So let me just actually figure this. Why am I doing this now? Who knows? But there we go. Now we have Michael Thomas at the number 2 and Tyreek Hill at the number 3. I'm probably going to trade Devontae Parker and Jordan Matthews. I'll trade for Braxton Miller. I'll try to trade for Braxton Miller at some point. So what I'm going to do for this, though, is the first season. Actually, I guess I should show off the defense. Here's the defense. Something a little bit different happened, right? Because I need to explain some things. I kind of forgot how this defense was set up. I also have to change my playbook to make sure that I'm actually in the 3-4 because that's the scheme I use in Ultimate Team. But, here we go. I need to explain some things. I do not have any left ends on my Ultimate Team roster that play other than Howie Long. And obviously I don't have Howie Long in this roster considering he's on the NFL anymore. He's a legend. So, I'm throwing Bud Dupree down here because Bud Dupree is my backup outside linebacker, is one of these backups. He actually is on my Ultimate Team. He's my backup. You can usually see him in the backups for my teams. You can go check out my last Ultimate Team video if you want. Also, I have Leonard Floyd here. Tahir Whitehead is my normal starting outside linebacker here, my normal starting right outside linebacker. But Leonard Floyd is also a backup on my team, so I'm going to start Leonard Floyd above Tahir Whitehead here. What else is different? Cornerbacks. So, most of my cornerbacks I cannot get in this because I cannot get Willie Brown and I cannot get Marshawn Lattimore unless I download an updated roster, but I don't really want the rookies in this yet because I really don't want to do a rebuild with the rookies in it because then it kind of, I don't know, it spoils Madden 18 for me a little bit. I know it's going to be entirely different in Madden 18, but I'd still rather not. So, Chris Harris, I do have his elite card in Madden 17. I mean, yeah, I just talked about Madden 18 for a second and I got all confused. So, Chris Harris is on my team. The thing is, he's not actually a backup anymore. So I don't know if I'm cheating a little bit by giving myself Chris Harris. I may trade him back to the Broncos. I don't know, though, because he is on my team. He's in my item binder, right? I did have him as a backup for a while. Until we got James Bradberry, he was my backup. Because I got James Bradberry from doing that one solo. He was the backup. I don't know if you guys remember this, but he was there, and he played games for us. So I think, by that logic, he's going to be good enough to stay on this team. He's going to be eligible to stay on this team. So Chris Harris is here. That's why Darius Slay is also here because he is a backup. He's actually still on my roster as a backup. He's like my 5th string cornerback. He's still on the roster and everything. Same goes for my safeties here because both the safeties I have I cannot get in like Madden franchise because I have Paul Krause and I have Marcus Williams, I think his name is. So I can't get either of those guys because they're both, well, one of them is a rookie and the other one is obviously a legend. But Calvin Pryor is my backup strong safety on my Ultimate Team, and Ricardo Allen is my backup free safety on my Ultimate Team. So I just wanted to clarify those things before anybody in the comments is like screaming at me for doing this. But the only one I'm kind of I kind of feel bad about is Chris Harris because he's really freaking good. Obviously, he's a 95. And his ultimate team card is like an 87. I don't really know what I should do with this. I actually may trade him because I feel kind of bad getting Chris Harris. I think I'm actually going to trade him back to the Broncos. And I might switch him out for... I don't have any other cornerbacks I can get. I'm trying to think because I did have Bradley Roby at one point. So I could switch him out for Bradley Roby and do that. Or just keep Kareem Jackson because you only really need 3. But I did want to trade Kareem Jackson because he's getting paid a lot. So also another thing I want to do with this before I get into any trades is I'm not going to trade for players, for starting players. I am not going to do that because that's not really fair. This is just to show off my ultimate team, really. I am going to do this like a real rebuild though. So it is going to be 3 seasons. I am going to draft people, start rookies, all that stuff. But for the first season, I'm just going to start these players. But I am allowed to trade backups. That's what I'm doing. So like Luke Bowanko is. I'm just gonna cut him because he's actually on the chart or on the Jaguars, and he probably has value. I don't want to trade Luke Bowanko because that's not really fair. But like DeMar Dotson and Jordan Matthews and Devontae Parker down here, and even Tahir Whitehead, all these guys those are guys that I can trade because they are part of my ultimate team, and I feel that it's okay if I trade them. I might trade Chris Harris for a first rounder. I think that's only fair because he is still part of my team, my ultimate team, but it is kind of unfair that he's a 95. But yeah, I'm just going to get in some trades now. I'm sorry I have Chris Harris on here. I did second guess myself at first, but then I just decided to go with it anyway. But I am going to trade him, I think, for a first rounder, for the Broncos first rounder, right? So it could be really good or it could be horrible. But yes, I'm going to get in some trades now. Sorry for the long intro, but I hope you guys are excited for this kind of video because I think it's kind of unique, you know. Whatever, who knows. I'm going to get into some trades now. As I said, I was going to trade Chris Harris to the Broncos. So I'm trading Chris Harris, DeMar Dotson, for the Broncos first and fifth rounders. I probably could have gotten more, but I shouldn't have had Chris Harris in the first place because he is technically not a starter on the roster, on my Ultimate Team roster, and every other player on this team is technically a starter, so whatever. Whatever. That's it. I just made the Browns a whole lot better, so we are giving them Jordan Matthews and Devontae Parker for their first and sixth rounder. Obviously, I'm getting a lot out of this trade, but I did give them 2 pretty solid receivers that I don't need anymore. I'm trading Tahir Whitehead and a 6th rounder for the Falcons' 3rd rounder. This is the team, obviously. I just messed with the schemes a little bit. So there's a storm outside. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I messed with the schemes a little bit, and a couple people went up in overall, like Cameron Brate did. I don't think anybody on the offensive line. Maybe... Actually, I don't think anybody did. I was going to say maybe Cody Whitehair, but I feel like he always was an 83. Michael Thomas didn't go up. Tyreek Hill didn't. Antonio Brown, obviously, still a 99. On the defensive side, though, I don't think anybody aside from Stephon Tuitt went up. Maybe Nick Perry did. I don't know exactly, but yes, this is the team. And the reason why I'm the Jaguars, I probably should have explained this first. The reason why I'm the Jaguars is literally just because I closed my eyes and chose a random team. And I chose the first team that I have already rebuilt. Because I landed on the Seahawks and the Chiefs, and I have not rebuilt either of those teams yet. Even though this isn't like a, you know, obviously like a fantasy style rebuild, it's still a rebuild, and I wanted to save those teams for later. I don't know, it doesn't matter all that much. But yeah, I chose the Jaguars just because they were the random team I landed on. Also, thinking about it, I could have probably chosen the Panthers just because they do have Ron Rivera, who is my ultimate team coach. But in this, I have Sharram Mutt as my coach name. But anyway, yes, this is the team. I'm going to sim to the mid-season mark after I make sure everything is good, like the settings and everything. And then, yeah, I'll catch you guys back up at the mid-season. At the mid-season mark here, we are 5-2. We're actually doing very well. I mean, I kind of assumed we would, considering we actually have a talented team here. But anyway, Nick Perry has to come back, Cameron Brate, Ricardo Allen, and that is it. Because those other guys I'm not going to negotiate with since they are not actually on my ultimate team. But Nick Perry is the first priority here. He's coming back to the team. Good to know. Cameron Brate is another guy I would like back. Hopefully he comes back to the squad. 3.38 mil is not bad for him for a cap hit. And Ricardo Allen I would like back too. He's an 81. He's only 5'9", but I'm not actually playing with this team. And he's coming back to the team as well. Good to know. So I'll show you guys the experience here. Obviously I did adjust the sliders considering this is still a rebuild. I put everything pretty much to what I always put it on, like 150 for most things. Some things I give 160, like wide receivers and tight end I usually give 160. But this is what the experience looks like. Not bad at all. Check out the defense. Anyone shining on the defense here? Watch Kareem Jackson be the best cornerback, and I was about to trade him, right? James Bradbury looks like he's doing all right. Looks like Paul Posluszny, I think, got like Defensive Player of the Week for Week 8 or something, because I think that's what it said on the bottom right when I simmed. But this is what the team looks like. Not bad. Check out the division. Are we at the top? We are actually really close with every team. Honestly, every team's really close in this, and we had just lost to the Titans. That sucks. If we could have won that game, we would be in much better shape, but that is alright. They're still only 3-5. So I'm going to scout these players, and I actually missed who the Week 3 superstar was because I forgot I was in the regular season and not the preseason. But anyway, I'm going to scout these people, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We did not make the playoffs, even though at the mid-season mark we were pretty decent. Ended up 6-10. So what were we? 5-2 or 5-3 at the mid-season mark? So I think we went like 1-2, or no, like 1-7 or 1-8 at the end of the season. That was great. Started off on a 5-game win streak. We literally started off on a 5-game win streak. Then we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We won 1. Then we lost 3. Wow. Okay, this team is very, very up and down. Also, I did not mention this, but I actually have the Packers offense and the Broncos defense because that is those are the playbooks I use. I hate water bottles, man. That's what that was. But those are the playbooks I use in Ultimate Team. But let's see how Derek Carr played. Looks like he did decent. I mean, 22 interceptions is not the greatest, but 4,500 yards, 31 touchdowns is pretty good. CJ Prosise, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I need to start Tavon Austin next year. That is an embarrassment. I really like CJ Prosise, but what in the world is that? Michael Thomas got over 1,000 yards. Antonio Brown had a really good season. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill even did decently in the slot. Cameron Brate did not do the best, but that's okay. Blocking, Laramie Tunsil letting up 22 sacks isn't horrible because, I mean, he's like an 80 left tackle. Left tackles usually let up a lot of sacks, so that's alright. Leo Collins, same kind of goes for him. Joshua Garnett played a lot better than I expected, considering he's like a 70. Let's check out the defense, though. How did this go? Ryan Shazier, 158 tackles. That was a good season from him. 107 tackles from Ricardo Allen, 106 from Nick Perry. Tackles for loss, we got 14 from Fletcher Cox and 12 from Stephon Tuitt. Stephon Tuitt had 14 sacks. Nick Perry had 8. Ryan Shazier had 5.5. Where's Bud Dupree? He had 3.5 sacks. All right, interceptions. 5 from Paul Posluszny. Wow, he had a good season with interceptions. 3 from Darius Slay, 2 from Ricardo Allen, 1 from Ryan Shazier, and Kareem Jackson, the GOAT. Do we have any touchdowns? Does not look like we had any, but that is all right. So we are 15th on offense, which is not the worst. You can get that up pretty easily if we put in Tavon Austin. And we're 21st on defense, so both of those are not horrendous, I guess, but I don't expect to see anybody from the Jaguars here. Marshawn Lynch makes it. Good to know. Anybody from the Jaguars? Derek Carr actually makes it in number 6. That's kind of surprising. Defensive Player of the Year, Ryan Shazier comes in 2nd. That would have been pretty huge if we could have gotten that. Offensive Rookie of the Year, somehow CJ Prosise comes in 2nd. I don't know how that happened, but Tyreek Hill and Michael Thomas are up there too. Defensive Rookie of the Year, did we even have any? I don't think so. That's alright. Let's check out the experience, though. I'm definitely starting Tavon Austin this season. I just wanted to give CJ Prosise a shot just to see what's up here. But yeah, CJ Prosise is not the future for this, but Tavon Austin definitely can play better, I think. Offensive experience doesn't look terrible. Let's check out the defense, though. Ryan Shazier has 47,000. You have superstar development now? You have Quick. Did he already have Quick? No, he got it from the Pro Bowl, and he was the tackles leader. He got a lot of experience. Wow. All right, Stephon Tuitt has 22K. Ricardo Allen has 19K. Not to you know, downplay those guys' experience. But anyway, I'm gonna see you guys in the offseason now. We are in free agency now. Brandon Marshall retires. That's interesting. I don't really think I ever see him retire this early, but nobody here is in free agency that I want. This always happens. So I'm not even actually Dominic Easley's here. Nah, I don't want you. But I don't think I'm actually going to sign anybody because I don't really want to trade for players as much in this rebuild. I mean, I know it's still considered a rebuild, but I kind of just want to like develop through whatchamacallit, the draft. There we go. Unique Ngakoue didn't get signed. I cut Unique Ngakoue just because he was actually one of the last players from the Jaguars who could potentially start. So I cut him just to make sure he didn't start. And he actually did not get re-signed. I'm going to give him a contract. Why not? Let's give my man Unique because he was on the team earlier. I'm giving this man a contract. And then I will see you guys in the draft. We are in the draft now. I think we have like the 8th and the 9th picks and then something else. I don't know. I think we have one more first rounder. I think we have 3. So I would like a cornerback, and that Brian guy went. That Brian guy has superstar development. He was supposed to be a mid-first round talent, but he went very early. So I think, oh no. Oh no, this guy skipped the combine. I have to, right? I have to go with that guy. When is this guy supposed to go? Mid-first round? I'll take him next. I have to go with this guy. Martin Mack. 79 with normal. Alright, he's actually really good. My next pick is going to Sean Pete, who I know has superstar development, so it's not going to be a surprise. He's a 76 with superstar, so I think he's going to come in and start above of Calvin Pryor. This pick is going to Wes Kirkland, who is 21 years old, does not have the best combine, but I still think he can be pretty decent, so I'm going with him. He's a 75 with normal. I think he's still going to come in and start, though. I said that really strangely, I might trade Paul Posluszny. I'm not sure, though. This next pick is going to Shaquan Bragg. Does not look bad at all. I mean, he's 22 years old, decent top 3 skills, not a good combine. He actually does look pretty bad. I don't know. I'm still going to go for him. 70 overall with normal. We reached a whole lot, but that's alright. I don't really mind all that much. This pick is going to Nicholas Windsor. I thought it was going to be Nicholas, but it's literally just Nicholas. Nicholas Windsor. Are you any good? 68. Okay, he's not all that great. This pick is going to Darren Nemkapali. However you pronounce that. I'm going to draft him. He looks pretty good. He's a 75 with normal. He can come in and fill in for Garnett easily. My next draft pick is going to Adric Riddick. He looks pretty decent as well. He's a 75 with quick. This is rough. Now, he might actually come in and play right guard. I'm not exactly sure. It depends if he goes down, like, a lot at guard. This pick is going to Morgan Madsen. And now, if this guy is better than the other 2 guys, he is going to start. But let's see what happens. 75 with normal. These are very good linemen. I really don't know which one to start. I got 3 more picks left, and one of them is going to Willie Samuel. In case this guy has superstar development and is a higher overall than the safety we already drafted, he might start, but if he doesn't, then he's not going to. 69 with normal, but he's still pretty talented, but you know, he's just going to be a backup. I have not fully scouted this guy, but his top 3 skills looked decent, so I'm going to take him. Emmanuel Jordan, 64. Okay. My last pick is just going to go to EJ Doss. Maybe you can be good. He won't even really start even if he is. And that was still a good pick. Alright, I mean, he's going to be our 3rd string running back. I'm still not going to trade for any players in this. I want to see how my team still plays, but I am trading Paul Posluszny, Kareem Jackson, and Calvin Pryor for the Texans' 1st and 5th rounder. I also looked for Braxton Miller on the Texans, and he was not there. So is he on my practice squad? I don't know how you get to that. Actually, I can figure it out. Hold on. I'm signing to my roster. I think he might have been on my practice squad, actually. I don't know. But he's on my team now. He's not going to play much, but Braxton Miller is here. There he is. But this is the team going into the 2nd season, I think. Actually, I am not entirely sure because I did not get the schemes correct, so I'll be right back. Okay, now this is the team. I switched around a couple schemes, like for Tavon Austin and for the safety and all that good stuff. But Tavon Austin is a 90 overall if you just put it, if you put the running back to the speed running back. I did not use Antonio Brown's experience because I really don't think there's much to use on him, to be honest. But I still have Tyreek Hill in the slot, even though he's a higher overall than Michael Thomas. Tyreek Hill went up to an 87, and Michael Thomas went up to an 85, so they developed nicely. I decided to start a Nemkapali at right guard over this Riddick guy. This Riddick guy is only 2 overall points lower, and he does have quick, but quick development and superstar development really does not seem to matter that much to offensive linemen, because like Cody Whitehair had just as much as Quinton Spain did, and I think Quinton Spain is normal, right? Yeah, Quinton Spain is normal, and I think Cody Whitehair is quick. No, he actually does have normal, my bad. But pretty much all the offensive linemen had the same. I think Laremy Tunsil is quick, and so does La'el Collins, and these guys had pretty much the same as La'el Collins and Laremy Tunsil, so I'm not really too worried. Collins does have quick. I did confirm that. But this is what the defense looks like. I threw Nick Perry down here to left end. Stephon Tuitt is up to an 87. Ryan Shazier is a 90, but I'm starting this rookie middle linebacker ahead of him just for this season. I did not spend Darius Slay's experience, but I'll probably spend that a little bit. I don't know, why not? Same thing with Nick Perry and Fletcher Cox. I kind of forgot to. I'll auto-upgrade all those guys, but this is the team one last time, and now I'm going to sim to the midseason after I auto-upgrade the team. We are at the midseason mark here, and we are 6-2, just 1 game better than we were last year at the midseason mark. But we have to bring back Antonio Brown, Derek Carr, Ryan Shazier, Stephon Tuitt, Quinton Spain, La'el Collins, Michael Thomas. Why is Michael Thomas coming back this year? I thought he was 1 more year. I don't know. But all those guys have to come back to the team. I guess they don't have to, but it would be really nice if they did. I'm really just about to lock up Antonio Brown for 6 years. Yeah, okay. He's going to play at least 35, apparently. But Derek Carr hopefully comes back to the team for 6 years. He'll be playing until he's 32. Ryan Shazier, I'll lock you up until you're 30. He has 90 speed. That is ridiculous. He's coming back to the team. Stephon Tuitt, I'll probably do the same. Yep, locking you up till you're 30. Let's get it. Come back to the team. He is coming back. Quinton Spain, you're going to be 30 as well, my man. Alright, all these guys are going to be 30 when they leave this organization. La'el Collins, are you going to do the same thing? Nah, you're going to be 29. Literally, if you just put the year up one and then bring everything else down a little bit, it always works. Michael Thomas is going to be the youngest. He's going to be 28 when he leaves this team. But anyway, we re-signed everybody just like that. Check out the experience here. How we doing? Offense looks pretty decent. Tavon Austin is confident. That's always nice to see. Check out the defense, though. How's the middle linebacker doing? He has 10K. And get any kind of development. He did not. That's all right, though. Miss Mac, guys, 11K. Our safety up there is 9.9. Mac did not get a development trait. That is all right. We already know Pete has superstar. But let's check out the division as well. We are tied with the Texans. This division is so close, and we actually just lost to the Texans. That is so rough. But anyway, I'm going to scout these players, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We are at the end of the season here, and we got our first round bye. This could be huge. We went 13-3. The second half of the season seemed to be much better. Actually, not that much, I guess. We went 4-0 in the preseason, putting up 52 points against the Bengals. Started off 2-0, then we lost a shootout against the Bengals, 55-52. Went on a 4-game win streak, lost to the Texans, and beat the Titans and the Steelers and the Ravens and the Rams. We lost one of the Colts and finished out strong. We have a very strong offense, it looked like. We put up a lot of points that entire season, but let's check out stats. Looks like somebody from the Seahawks was MVP. Derek Carr seemed to play decently, played a heck of a lot better than he did last year. He had like, what do you have, 22 interceptions last year? So he had 14 less interceptions. That's pretty good. That's Colin Kaepernick, who did not do that badly. Look at that. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go to rushing. Tavon Austin, 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns. He's an absolute glitch if you put him to running back in these. This is not even fair. Okay, then. Anyway, Michael Thomas did well. Antonio Brown nearly had 1,200 yards. Tyreek Hill did all right. He had 9 touchdowns, though. Led the team in touchdowns, it looks like. Yeah, how did Tavon Austin do receiving? Not badly. 342 yards. Blocking, how is this? 20 sacks led up from Laramie Tunsil is quite forgivable, I guess, but the rest of the offensive line played very, very well. Defense, Wes Kirkland at 151 tackles, not bad. Ryan Shazier at 99. Tackles for loss, 15 from Stephon Tuitt and 11 from Fletcher Cox. Sacks, 13.5 from Stephon Tuitt, 10.5 from Leonard Floyd, 9 from Fletcher Cox, 6 from Bud Dupree, and Nick Perry had 4.5. Interceptions, 3 from Martin Mack, Darius Slay, and Ricardo Allen, 2 from Sean Pete, and then 1 from Leonard Floyd, Bud Dupree, Ryan Shazier, Wes Kirkland, James Bradbury, and Willie Samuel. Oh, he's our backup safety. Okay. Let's check out the touchdowns. Did we get any? We actually got 2. Martin Mack and Sean Pete each had a touchdown. We were 4th on offense. That's pretty good. Let's check out the defense, though. I feel like we were like top 15 on defense. 31st. Never mind. We were second last. MVP, Derek Carr is number 3. Tavon Austin has to be in this, right? Wow. I really expected Tavon Austin to be in that, but that is okay. AFC Offensive Player of the Year. There's Derek Carr. There's Tavon Austin. Not bad. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Wes Kirkland. That is huge. He's going to have a lot of experience. Stephon Tuitt comes in number 4, and Leonard Floyd is in number 8. Did not expect that, actually. Offensive Rookie of the Year does not look like we have anybody, but Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Wes Kirkland, with Sean Pete right behind him and Martin Mack right behind him, and Willie Samuel number 9. Where was Tavon Austin on this? He was number 2 at best running back, and Derek Carr was the best quarterback. That's actually sweet. We got a whole lot of experience for this, so that's nice. We also got a first-round bye, which is always beautiful. The experience here is looking good. 12K from Derek Carr, 18K Tavon Austin. These two guys did really, really well. That's interesting. Let's check out the defense, though. 97K from Kirkland. That is huge. 15K from Mac, 37K from Pete. I'll show you guys quickly that the experience is not any different than it usually is for the linebacker. I don't think it is, at least. Middle linebacker, 150. That's what it's normally at. But these are always all 160, so that makes sense why the safety got a lot of experience. I might as well go through the rest of the awards because I kind of just stopped at running back because this could be the last season we have. Who knows? But I might as well just keep going here. I did the wrong thing twice. What am I doing? Stats was the right thing to go into. I am out of it. I'm glad we ended up winning the division, though. The Texans are really close. I completely blanked on their name. The Texans were very close, but let's go to best quarterback. I'll scroll through this. I know Derek Carr won, but let's look at who else is up here. Colin Kaepernick does make it. Tavon Austin is the second best running back, and Terrence West is the third. Alrighty then, best wide receiver, anybody from the Jaguars. Antonio Brown makes it up there. Best offensive lineman goes to David DeCastro, but Cody Whitehair is in second. Quentin Spain is in 6th, and La'el Collins is in 9th. Best D lineman, Stephon Tuitt, not in this. There he is. He's number 8. There's nobody else from our team, right? Yeah, okay. Stephon Tuitt does make it, though. Best linebacker, Leonard Floyd is number 4, and Wes Kirkland is number 8. Best defensive back, We do not have anybody in the best defensive back category. That's alright, though. But Justin Tucker is the best kicker. I forgot about that because Justin Tucker, I think, is my kicker on Ultimate Team. Completely forgot that I even had him. But anyway, I'm going to spend this experience, and I'll see you guys when I go over the overalls. This is the team here. It looks really good. A lot of people are confident. Tavon Austin, Derek Carr, Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown. This dude is somehow an 84 overall, and he was the backup guard. I don't know how that happened. Maybe he randomly made the Pro Bowl. I don't know how he made the Pro Bowl. He did not play. This guy was the starter the entire time, but now this guy's an 84, so I'd much rather have him here. But yeah, here's the offense. Looks really good. Here's the defense. Looks really good as well. This guy is a 91. I probably could have gotten him to a bit higher of an overall, but I got his hit power up a little bit because it was like 75. So, and that's also super expensive, so that's why he's not like the best overall, but he's still really good. He's also only 21. Apparently it hasn't been his birthday yet. But this entire defense looks amazing. Bradbury's up to an 81. Mack is up to an 83. Our safeties are both 88s. This looks really good for us. So let's see who we have to play. I don't even know who's close to this because I didn't check out the rest of the league. We have to take on the Bengals. I really hope we can defeat the Bengals here. Let's check out the overalls, though. How is this doing? 93 to an 84. We should totally win this. But if you guys are still watching and you guys are still kicking through this video, comment the word. Comment the word Jaguar, because we're the Jaguars, right? So comment that if you are still watching right now. So comment Jaguar, and I will appreciate it very much so. Oh, I should have said comment Smut, because the coach's name is S. Mutt. I'm changing it. I'm actually changing it. I'm sorry. I normally don't do this. But comment Smut. But if you already typed Jaguar at this point, that's fine. I'll still appreciate you. But comment S-M-U-T, all in one word, Smut. But yeah, thank you guys very much if you made it this far. This isn't like terribly far into the video, probably about 15 minutes if I had to guess. But anyway, hopefully we can take down the Bengals. Alright, going really back and forth here. 31-19. Are we really about to lose to the Bengals? We're about to lose to the Bengals. 38-19. We got destroyed by the Bengals. Oh, that's fun. We got off to such a good start. Derek Carr threw a pick. Andy Dalton did well. Giovanni Bernard ran the ball well. Tavon Austin still had 5 yards at carry. Tyreek Hill played decently. Man, this sucks. Kevin Minter had 13 tackles. Ryan Shazier had 10. Stephon Tuitt had 1. Bud Dupree had 3 sacks. Carlos Dunlap had 2. Stephon Tuitt and Michael Johnson each had 1. And the interception came from Adam Jones. That's nice. We got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. But I'm just going to probably sim straight through the draft here because there's nobody I really want to draft. And I'm just going to probably, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go to the free agency period and sign people if there's any superstars. But if nobody is there that is like ridiculously good, I'm not going to sign them. And then I think I'm just going to sim right through the draft because I like this team where it is. I really don't want to change much about it. But, you know, if like Aaron Donald's there, you really can't pass up on Aaron Donald. So Braxton Miller has to get re-signed. I have to re-sign Braxton Miller. He's part of the squad. I hope nobody else left that was part of the team. That Garnett guy may have actually left, but Braxton Miller is coming back to the team, of course. There he is. He's like our 4th, 5th string wide receiver. Actually, I think he's our 4th string. But anyway, let's see who's here in this year in free agency. If there's anybody like awesome, I'll sign them, like a crazy superstar. But it has to be like an actual crazy superstar. If it's someone that's like good but doesn't have, I don't know. Let's see. Jimmy Graham. Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson counts. I think, is he a superstar development? Allen Robinson counts as a superstar. Does Jimmy Graham have superstar development? They both count. In my book, they both count. Vontaze Burfict would have been cool too, but Allen Robinson I think is more important, so let's give him a contract. We do not have much money. Oop, not that. Hold on. How much does he actually want? I messed up the years. So I'm going to give him and Jimmy Graham a contract, just because Jimmy Graham's actually decent, you know. He's pretty old, but he's good enough, I think. So I'm going to give them both a contract, and then I'll see you guys at the start of next season, because I do not plan on really doing much in the draft. So I really hope we can actually sign them both. Hold on. Yeah, we should be able to get them both. I'll give them that much money. I don't care too much about cap. So yeah, I'm going to see you guys right at the start of next season. I simmed right through the draft, but I might as well check out who we picked, because I have no idea. What did we get? We got a defensive tackle with slow development. That's a horrendous pick. I hope we did not draft him too early. Nick Jones. Wow. Okay, that guy's really good. 21 years old with quick. We got him in the 2nd round. No, 1st round, 28th pick. My bad. Almost 2nd round. That is a good pick there, though. But we drafted this Montre Beal guy with the 22nd pick. I honestly didn't even notice. You can check right here. Anybody good in the late round here? Mason Smart. Yeah, not bad, but not really phenomenal. Really average draft, but wow, that one wide receiver is actually really good. You know, I'm not going to start him or anything. I also have no idea if Jimmy Graham and Allen Robinson accepted our contracts, but I really hope they did. So I'll let you guys know when I know. Let's see. Did they accept? Allen Robinson did, and Jimmy Graham did. Okay, this wide receiver core is just stupid. Allen Robinson, Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, and then we have Jimmy Graham here. I'm not even going to do anything. Like, there's nothing for me to do here. I'll auto-upgrade the team, I think, or something. I don't, like, I'm just going to sim. I'm not even going to upgrade the team. I'm simming straight through the season, right to the playoffs. We are going to go 14-2 because we went 13-3 last season. Now we just have a better team. We have more options for Derek Carr to throw to. Yeah, I'm saying right now we're going to go 14-2. So we did not go 14-2. We went 8-8. Good to know. We did come at the top of the division though, but how? I didn't change the schemes, but I didn't really think I had to. That's alright. Derek Carr, 4,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 13 picks. Good season from him. Tavon Austin had, I almost want to say he had a down year. I don't know if I can actually back that up because he had 20 touchdowns and 3 less fumbles. 3 more touchdowns, 3 less fumbles, but like 300 less yards. So I don't know if that's better or not. I don't know. But it's still a very good season. Allen Robinson, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill over 1,000 yards. Antonio Brown did not get over 1,000 yards. That's rough. Jimmy Graham did all right. I mean, Cameron Brate did about that. So, I mean, Jimmy Graham wasn't really all that worth it. That's all right, though. Offensive line did not play that well, I guess. I mean, La'el Collins and Laramie Tunsil kind of did not do that well. But the rest of the offensive line did very well. Defense, Wes Kirkland, 135 tackles, but 7 interceptions. I'm sorry, I could not keep myself from looking over there, but we have 4 players with 100 tackles. Martin Mack, Sean Pete, and Ryan Shazier are the other 3. Tackles for loss, 18 from Stephon Tuitt, 9 from Fletcher Cox, 7 from Nick Perry. Sacks, 11.5 from Stephon Tuitt, 8 from Bud Dupree, 7.5 from Fletcher Cox. Interceptions, 7 from Wes Kirkland, 5 from James Bradbury, 2 from Ryan Shazier, 1 from Leonard Floyd, Martin Mack, and Sean Pete. And did we have any touchdowns? At least 1. We had 1 from Ryan Shazier. We were 7th on offense. Our defense probably did not play well if we are 8-8. 31st. Okay then. MVP. Derek Carr is right there at number 6. Totally feel like Tavon Austin could have been in this as well, but Derek Carr is Offensive Player of the Year, and Tavon Austin is number 9 on that list. Defensive Player of the Year, how does that not go to Wes Kirkland? What did Khalil Mack do? Okay, but okay, I have to see what Khalil Mack did after this because 7 interceptions does not get him Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, anybody from our team, doesn't look like it. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Harvey Stover, whoever that is. Best quarterback goes to Derek Carr. I might as well go through the list. Anybody interesting in here? Cody Kessler makes it up there, not bad. Mac Brinkley, could be a rookie, or could have been a rookie last year, who knows. Best running back goes to Le'Veon Bell with Amir Abdullah right behind him, but Tavon Austin comes in at number 3. Nobody that weird in that list. Best wide receiver, Allen Robinson, joins back on the Jaguars. I didn't even think of that, but he's number 4. And Tyreek Hill is number 8. Not bad there. Offensive line, do we have anybody in this? We have 1. Cody Whitehair makes it. Best D-line, I doubt we have anybody in this. Best linebacker, Wes Kirkland is number 2. Best defensive back, James Bradbury is number 5. Best kicker does not go to Justin Tucker, but that is okay. So let me see how Khalil Mack did, because I'm really curious. Because 7 interceptions is ridiculous, but he probably did a lot better, I guess. 30... Okay. Okay, hold on a second. I'm taking a picture of this, and I'm tweeting this at Bengal Designs. So now you guys know when I'm recording this, but give me a second. Okay, I took a picture of that. That is ridiculous. Hold on, let me look at the picture to make sure it's clear, because I do want to tweet it at him. Is it clear? It looks good to me. I'm not showing off anything. You can't see my face through the reflection, so that's good. But 36 sacks? What he had... That is... I can't get over that. I really can't get over that. He had like 2.5 times the amount of sacks Mario Edwards did. Who was second in the NFL in sacks? What? He had twice as many as Za'Darius Smith, and Za'Darius Smith came in second. He had more than 3 times the amount as the top guy on my team, right? Didn't Stephon Tuitt have like 11.5? I think Stephon Tuitt had 11.5. Yeah, I think that's more than 3 times the amount as Stephon Tuitt. That is ridiculous. Okay, anyway, we have to upgrade the team. Let me check out the experience. I'm still so baffled by that. Allen Robinson is a lot. Tavon Austin, Derek Carr have a good amount. Any better in the defense with a lot. Kirkland has 12k, it's not bad. No one looks like they have all that much, so I'm just going to spend it quickly, and then I'll see you guys in the game. Actually, when I go over the overalls, I guess. Here is the team going into the final season, well, the final playoff season. I forgot we're already at the playoffs, but here's the team. It looks really good. Allen Robinson's up to a 95. I might as well check out his scheme. He's a balanced wide receiver, so let me change wide receiver 2 to balanced, and then maybe he'll go up a little more. Let's check out if that works. Balanced there. Oh, that was a voice crack. Whatever. Balanced. I don't care. I'm in college. I'm still going through puberty, apparently. He's a 97. Well, that's with confidence. Wasn't he just not confident? I don't know. But, yeah, the whole team looks really good. Not really that much more to say, honestly. The whole team looks phenomenal. Defense looks really good here. This is definitely one of the better teams we've had just because we started out with, like, a super strong team already. I mean, it kind of makes sense why we have a really good team. Honestly, though, I think what was the Raiders? The Raiders team, I think, is the best team I've ever had in a rebuild, and I think ever will have, to be honest. But anyway, here we go. Let's take on the Patriots. Let's check out the overall, probably like a 95, 94. I think that's before upgrades, though. I don't know if it'll go up to a 95 after this, but hopefully we can take on the Patriots. 17-17, 24-17, 24-24. We need more points right at the end here. 31-24, and we won. That was too close, though. We had so many opportunities to get more points than that, and we just kind of choked it away. Neither quarterback played that well, but I think Mac Brinkley did play better, even though he had one less touchdown. Tavon Austin ran very well. Tevin Coleman still managed to do pretty well. Also, Brandon Cooks killed it. He was the best receiver by far. Malcolm Mitchell had a touchdown, not bad. Bud Dupree, 12 tackles. Shea McClellan, my fault, had 9 tackles. Tackles for loss, my bad. Trey Flowers had 1 sacks, 1 from Bud Dupree, and Eric Rowe, Dante Hightower, Darius Slay, and Ryan Shazier all had 1 interception. Pretty much in the same spot we were in last year, you know, in the divisional round now. Taking on the Bills, hopefully we can make it past this round. I have 10,000 coach experience, and I never spend it in the playoffs for some reason. But we are at 94 overall still, which is still good. We did not go up to a 95, though, obviously. I just tweeted that that picture I took of Khalil Mack's season. I tweeted it at Jerome and Bengal. I'll let you guys know if they favored it or anything, because that season I'm still baffled. He also had 2 interceptions. I was looking at the picture while I was tweeting it at him, of course, and he still had 2 interceptions as well. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that season. That is the most ridiculous defensive season I have ever seen. But I couldn't fit all the words I wanted to in that tweet. That's what I was actually originally going to tweet. But my tweet actually reads, I'll read it for you guys, breaking the third wall. It says, by far the most amount of sacks I have ever seen while recording a rebuild, and he's not even on my team. That was the exact tweet. And I put an LOL at the end because I'm cool. But yeah, there we go. I don't know why I even mentioned that and talked about it for so long, but I did, so deal with it. Still up by 2 possessions, 34-23, not up by 2 possessions anymore until now, 41-23. Every time I was about to say something, in the middle of my sentence, we would score and ruin the rest of my sentence because it was no longer true. But Derek Carr had a very good game, definitely outperformed Tyrod Taylor. LaShawn McCoy did well. Tavon Austin still had 4 yards a carry, which is crazy. Allen Robinson reeled in 2 touchdown passes, and Antonio Brown caught 1. Who got the 1 from the Bills? Might as well give him some credit. It was LaShawn McCoy, who seemed to be their best player. Defense, Preston Brown had 10 total tackles. Darius Slay and Martin Mack each had 7. Stephon Tuitt and Marcel Darius each at least had 1 tackler for loss, with Stephon Tuitt having 2. Bud Dupree had 2 sacks, Preston Brown had 1, Fletcher Cox had 1, and Jerry Hughes and Reggie Ragland each had a half a sack. And the interception came from Ricardo Allen. Or the conference championship against the 15-1 Raiders. I mean, how do you not go 15-1 if one of your defensive players is averaging more than 2 sacks a game? He's averaging 2 1/4 sacks per game. That is still ridiculous. But anyway, he's probably going to get like 5 this game, isn't he? Obviously, he's still a 99, but I mean, like, if he could, he'd probably be like 107 by now. 24-24, we got the 2-point conversion. That was huge. 24-27, 31-27, and we won. That was a ridiculous comeback. I'm actually really happy for the team there. Look at that. Look at the comeback. Derek Carr, 422 yards, 2 touchdowns. Blake Bortles is on the... Oh, yeah, because I forgot, because I traded Blake Bortles straight up, or Derek Carr straight up for Blake Bortles on the home menu thing. That's what I did for most of these trades. I guess I can address that now. I literally just traded up, like, straight up, like, for the Jaguars players, straight up for whichever player I needed. So that's why Blake Bortles is on the Raiders, but he did really well as well, but I think Derek Carr played better. Rushing, Marshawn Lynch did very well, but Tavon Austin only ran the ball 9 times, but still gets over 4 yards a carry. Tyreek Hill had a really good game. Allen Robinson did as well. Well, you know, along with Amari Cooper, but I think Allen Robinson and Tyreek Hill did better. Wes Kirkland had 11 tackles, 10 from Nick Perry, 10 from Fletcher Cox. I don't know why I say very obvious things. Obviously, look at this. Obviously, Allen Robinson and Tyreek Hill did better than Amari Cooper did. They each had more catches and more yards. Whatever. Tackles for loss, 3 from Fletcher Cox, 2 from Nick Perry, 1 from Stephon Tuitt. Sacks, 1.5 from Khalil Mack. Actually less than his average this past year, which is kind of crazy to think about. Bruce Irving had 1 sack, my bad. Mario Edwards had 1, and Aldon Smith had a half. Our team did not get any. Interceptions, there were none. Actually, I already knew that, but we're going to the Super Bowl. How does this team make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, it's better, it makes sense, but like record-wise, we went 8-8 this year. But then last year, we went 13-3 and didn't make it past the divisional round. Whatever. Let's see who we have to take on in the Super Bowl. We have to take on the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. I'll do one last rundown of the team in case anybody is more confident than they were earlier. But the offense looks really good. Cody Whitehair is up to a 90. Well, an 88, but 90 with confidence. Not bad there. Defense, how is this? 95 is for Wes Kirkland's overall now. He's looking really good. I just realized Wes Kirkland and Sean Pete, is that your first name? Sean Pete. They look very similar. But yeah, the team looks really good. I'm just going to go right into this game, and I hope we can win. I think we should have a higher overall than the Seahawks, but you never really know because Madden likes to make teams with lower overalls win. I don't know why, but I got some updates on the tweet. Jerome responded and mentioned that the only reason why he had that many sacks is because he was an AI team, which makes a lot of sense because the AI teams always seem to do better and get players to progress so much more than whenever I try to rebuild a team. I don't know. There's a lot of times where I get people who have done well in my previous rebuilds, like from other teams, and I've noticed them like having a really high overall and stuff, so I'll get them the next time I do a rebuild, and they don't do nearly as well. Like, Stephon Tuitt's usually one of them. A couple of times I don't actually know. Because I always see Stephon Tuitt going up really high, but I don't think I actually ever traded for him. I always think about it, but I never do. But there's a couple players, like, when I used to do rebuilds just for fun, like Tevin Coleman usually goes up to like a 90 in like the second or third year from the AI, but when I used to do rebuilds like a little while ago just to pass time before I really recorded, Tevin Coleman, I would always trade for him, and he'd go up to like an 86, like at most. I don't know why, but like that always happens. 32-27, that was some really quick scoring. 32-27, are we going to win the Super Bowl? 39-27, 39-34, we won the Super Bowl. That was a successful rebuild, but I thought we were going to do this last year, if I'm honest. I don't really know who to ask to hire me because, right, this is my ultimate team. I'm technically the coach of my own ultimate team, so I guess I can ask myself. I can go deep within myself and ask myself to hire me. So there we go. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm going to watch the ceremony a little bit just to see who won the MVP. Russell Wilson does not look happy as Fletcher Cox walks right by him. Looks really weird being number 79. Earl Thomas is shaking hands with Tavon Austin, who was number 86. These numbers got really messed up. But the Super Bowl MVP is Tavon Austin. 148 yards, 1 touchdown. Very good season there. Let's see who hoists up the Lombardi Trophy. I think I'm going to end this one without showing the stats because these stats, I mean, if he had a ridiculous game, I would check the other stats, but he did pretty well. I kind of have an idea of how everybody else played. Everyone else probably played pretty averagely. But let's check it out. Tavon Austin, Derek Carr, Antonio Brown, and is that Wes? I forgot his last name. I'm horrible with names. Wes Kirkland, there it is. He turned to me. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a different style rebuild. You know, I rebuilt my ultimate team. I advise all you guys to do this too. No, I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys once again for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.